Good job on the,
Thanks.
so, but this way we wouldn't have to have a special election. Okay. 6 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order. We could all please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Christina, you have the roll?
Yep.
And 3 is the quorum.
3 is a quorum.
Then move on to approving this evening's agenda.
Motion to approve evening's agenda.
Thank you. Second. Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. All items on the consent agenda will be approved in one council motion unless there is something we need to remove for further consideration. So I'll make that.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Second that.
And any discussion? All in favor?
I
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. Consent agenda is passed. Anyone for the Blackduck Forum? Anyone for the Blackduck Forum times 2 more? No, seeing none, Christina. On to everyone's favorite, Mike.
Not much tonight, guys. I'm sure you probably noticed the panel is up, the street lights are back on. I see I came through town the other night late to take a look at some things and saw that no, we've got a different section that's out, so let's run that down and figure that out.
What section's that, sir?
It'd be on the south side of the summit right here.
Oh, okay.
Those ones are out, and then the 2 main ones at Summit and 71 were out. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, we'll get it figured out. See what's happening there. Hopefully it's just a blown fuse. I like to go out every once in a while.
Yeah, there's some light in the area because the ones on the north side are on. One,
Right.
First and Summit, and the one for the Northern Pines.
Yeah, it's how they're set up and where they go to is kind of crazy in town on which ones are which, but we'll get that figured out. Other than that, repairing mowers, you know, it's mowing season, so all the wear parts are going out. We've stuck some money into a couple of the mowers and had to buy some tires. Those should be getting installed hopefully tomorrow for the irrigators. That was a hefty lump there. 3 tires installed for $2,800.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Big ag tires, you know. It's just that's where they're at now. Other than that, the field has been cut for the first time this year, so that's good. We've had the ponds and stuff off for a little while between the rain and wanting to cut and everything, so we should have those back up and going pretty soon here. We're looking pretty good out there right now from where we were earlier this spring, so it's a plus. Other than that, picking away at my little list of things. Business as usual.
Well, on your list of things, is the Pine Tree Park sign on there?
That is on there. That is on there, and that's been my bad on that thing, just kind of overlooked, you know, you get used to seeing something. But yeah, that'll be here. It'll be put in soon.
And how bad did everything get washed out when we got that real heavy stuff? Did you see any other roads that were
Actually, you know, it really wasn't bad.
held pretty good?
Yeah, a few little things here and there. I don't know if I told you guys or not, I thought I did, but we put gutters on the pavilion at the beach this year. I don't know if we've gone over that or not. Earlier this year, I was out there late the one night with skid steer fixing the beach because the school was coming the next day out there. And we trucked in a few loads of sand and got that all done up, you know, and just looking at ways to kind of slow the water, you know, it's such a steep beach,
Yeah.
really, the way that it's set up, and it's what we had. And but we put gutters on that, and I had no washout, none. After that, you know, we've made a couple little diversions, you know, as the road comes in there and starts to test and go down. Made a couple of diversions to the lake that we spruced up a little bit, and that and the addition of the gutters and some rock and stuff. I'm hoping that, you know,
The
the
sand
rainstorms
stays.
at least it'll hold. The ice is a whole
Nice.
different story every year. But with that said, though, the bottom in the lake is getting quite nice. From the sand every year.
Nice and full of sand.
Yeah. No. Not mucky for a ways.
For ways now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty nice.
That's how those are built.
Other than that, I will hand my time over unless you guys have anything else for me.
No, I was out at the cemetery and I wanted to say it looked really good.
We tried out there. We tried, it's, you know, we all know the way that
I just know that you're gonna hear about it when it looks like crap, so I'm gonna tell you that, hey.
I appreciate
It
that.
looked really good.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I will, I'll turn over to these guys here and.
All right.
Go over this a little bit.
You guys all have this paper ready?
We've got it.
So, Joel and Tim just brought this tonight. These are preliminary numbers, obviously. That they wanted to discuss, and obviously, I just got it tonight too, so there's things you need from numbers from me. I probably won't be able to contribute much except for what I did the last time we had a meeting. But do you guys wanna pick up the high points?
When you start your.
How bad is it?
Oh, it ain't bad.
Just looking for
Um,
direction stuff.
Yeah, if Bailey, what direction the council wants to go with this project? You know, to bring everything up to a nice sustainable level that. When it's done, hopefully these lift stations won't have any issues for a long time. And I know Mike wants them done like tomorrow. But it all comes down to budgets. And it all comes down to, number one, can the city afford it? You know, the big thing on it is what we've presented here and the numbers and stuff are right now our best guess based on what we're seeing with bids and everything else. And I know it is considerably more than what was anticipated before. But with this, you'd have, you know, newer controls, new controls in most of them. You still have a couple of stations that have somewhat aged, but not too aged. You'd have updated pumps. And you'd have a good starting point to go forward for the next 30, 40 years. It's my understanding that's how long some of these have been in service, one way, shape, or form. So the biggest thing that boils down to is we request that we pursue these four lift stations as outlined in this. And that would be the idea of discussions with Christina and the council on the overall cost.
Yeah, and just to give a little background on what the difference is from when we initially started talking about this, you know, 4 or 5 months ago is. A lot of it has to do with the Drake Motel lift station. And the other piece is in the PER, originally, we did not have 2 generators, permanent ones identified at the Black Mailer or the West End. We were just going to have 2 portables that would deal with the remainder of the town and 1 permanent at the main lift station. So with the addition of the 2 generators, you know, I think that's probably around $100,000 of the cost. The remainder of the cost is in the Drake lift station at the motel, the Drake lift station. we're relocating that to the opposite side of the creek, which wasn't in the PER, so, and we were replacing the force main. So that's additional, that wasn't in the PER, and then, Mike had asked, can we do a similar construction with that one that we have in the others, so that we have similar pumps and that there would be available, and so originally, we were just anticipating replacing the grinder at the Drake Motel with the grinder, so that's really the increase in costs from when we initially started talking about to where we are today. So that was basically in conversations with Mike. And like Joe said, this would give you probably a better system that would be easier to manage in the future.
And provide uniformity across the system. But I think all of the lift stations would be almost cookie cutter in a way,
Pretty close.
except for the main one, which understandably is bigger.
Mhm.
So I think we're in at around $250,000 more than what we were talking initially. And so, like Christina said, this is the first she has seen that, so she hasn't had a chance to reach out to Ehlers, so. We know that there is a 12-week lead time on some of these components, and so we were hoping to try to get approval tonight, but we knew that wasn't gonna happen. We wanted to use tonight to say, okay, based on what we're hearing, are you in agreement that you'd like to see these changes as long as it's affordable to the city? If it's not affordable, then we continue down the road that we.
So previously we were talking about $600,000 total, is that
675,
675?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's without the Drake.
okay.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about 850. Is that correct?
And that's just for the construction cost, then you'd have soft costs on top of that, so.
Yeah.
All in all, you're gonna be probably a little over that.
And the last schedules I gave you guys to look at back in like March were based on 675. If you go back to your notes, that's what I have, so.
So you
At
know-
that time, you were fine with moving forward, but we did not address the Drake Motel.
Correct.
So that's the biggest change now. I can get this up to Todd Hagan tomorrow, and I'm sure I can he can spit out an estimated schedule for you guys to review. Quickly, but
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and pick this apart, but like with the generators and stuff, and I think that having the permanent on-hand generators is so much just better for the city. We don't wanna, we got lucky last year with that storm. I know it's a big increase in the cost, but I also think that I'm not gonna even try to predict what the weather's gonna do in the next 25 years.
Well, damage can be a big cost too.
Yeah,
Your biggest increase here is obviously what we're doing, the Drake Motel. Correct.
I
That-
kind of
that
took
is
it
why-
out of the equation and I was almost dead on of what this was.
We're taking the Drake from, quite honestly, a system that is worse than my home system, basically, right? And bringing it online so it's usable in the future from what it is now. I mean, we're chewing gum, twine, everything we can over there. We're gonna bring it online and have it so that it functions properly, right? You've got,
what else flows through there, Mike?
well, that one has the motel, which there's some talks of additional units going on to the motel in the next coming years. It's got the pond, which that business, as we all know, has picked up quite a bit from what it used to be. It's got levers on it. It has,
Box shop.
the flower shop is on it. The
Everybody,
Birch and Beyond is on it.
everybody on Pine Avenue.
Yeah, everything that's on Pine Avenue.
Yeah, and
You have the
two-
Leslie's
Two
building.
of those places are actually inhabited and actually doing something with those businesses. which they
Yeah.
didn't in just like a year and a half ago.
Yep,
They just sat empty or they were storage.
yep, so I mean, there's obviously, there's quite a bit of increased flow from. When that thing was originally put in, my understanding is the motel was there. Essentially is what that was for. Was
Yeah,
put in privately and handed over. And, you know, it's just been getting more and more put onto it over the years.
Even the apartment behind the pond has had
Mhm.
quite an additional, amount of residents in it since Adams took it over.
Good.
It was vacant, a decade ago.
So yeah, there's quite a bit going on back there from. You know, like I said, the original motel design down there.
Well, that's probably the biggest thing too, Mike, like you said, is that was basically inherited by the city. And
Yep,
it wasn't designed by the city. Had it
exactly.
been designed by the city, it may have been a different station to begin with, but.
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't know. It may have, may not have.
Yeah, I don't know what, the city would have been involved in approving it, but. The only structure there at the time that was implemented was the Drake Motel, and that was it. There, the Highway 71 wasn't there. The main side of the motel faced, what's now Main Street, which was 71, so.
If I had to guess, the scheduled principal will probably jump at least 10 grand. Means the interest is gonna jump too. But numbers could be different right now. I mean, Todd put this together in March, so
If not now, when?
well, the other side that the council has to consider is. You can pick this apart and you can be part of it. You don't have to do all of it, We make concessions when we built the facility too, but it's gotta be feasible too. What I can do for the council, even though we're not meeting for another couple of weeks, is once I get the schedule from Todd, I can just forward it to you guys so you can see what a template would look like. I'm sure to the one that I gave you guys in March. But until you guys meet as a group again. Pretty hard to keep going forward.
So we can at least do the numbers.
At work session.
So that's,
It's
a good discussion here because we've been calling this the Drake Motel lift station. That's actually what is the name of that street?
Bruce, we call it the south side lift station or
Yeah,
something.
it's everything on,
Everything other than the forestry building.
Yeah.
Which has its own.
including the pond and levers.
Okay. Yep, it's everything in the triangle down there, basically.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Pond might be one of the biggest users.
The grocery store uses quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, their water
Yep.
consumption is
Pond.
more than the pond.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, their monthly bill is bigger than our bill at the stores.
They would put your shop in there.
Mhm.
That's probably a bigger user.
Yeah.
That, deli,
Washing everything.
lunch, they got the whole thing.
Yep.
So my question is ever to you three at least, before, we stop talking about this tonight, given the numbers that you're seeing right now when heard. Are we leaning towards moving forward with this as a whole?
I am.
I think it's the right way to go.
Good.
Yeah. I think we want to do it, but we should have seen the numbers. How is
And
that?
that's,
How is it gonna be financed?
that's our pinch.
How is?
Yep, and
We
I
want to.
completely
So let me
understand
Yeah.
that.
Question. If something happens to the south side lift station
Mhm.
where it stops function, you can't fix it, what's gonna happen to that corner of the city?
Everybody's gonna have to shut down business.
So. And what would be it's old, it's small, the probability factor of it going down is,
I don't even wanna give you that, I mean, I can
Never
if I
tell me
want,
the
but,
odds.
I mean, it's.
Well, there's still.
Quite literally, it's held together with ratchet
Yeah, there's
straps,
ratchet
that's
straps.
no BS.
Okay.
And it's past its life.
Yeah,
Say it that way.
right.
We had an employee in there a couple years ago. This, I mean, we have to go in those things. We had one in there when it let loose and he was down there, so. That's what we're dealing with over there.
So it's reasonable to say that its life expectancy probably ended
it's
20
ended,
years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
right?
Yep,
And that's
for
kind of
what, for everything that got hooked to it, you know, if it was. Just the motel, it would still be undersized, in my opinion, and underbuilt. With how many people we see go in and out of that motel, you know, when
Yep.
fishing really hits, you know, whether it's summer, winter, whatever. Yeah, that one, it has to have something done. My other thing is, as much as I want the new stuff. If we're going to start picking it apart and dropping this and dropping that to try to, you know, get down, I mean, the budget's a lot, right? This price thing is that, get it. But if we're gonna start hacking it all up, then I'd rather just not do any of it. I don't wanna see 2 panels get put in, and then in a few years, 2 more panels that are totally different, and pumps that are different, and everything that's different. That's just where I sit with it. That's my personal recommendation, is if we're gonna do it, we do it.
Well, yeah, I don't think you pick it apart, Mike. I think where we're at is either you go with the improved lift station that we're talking about at the Drake, or you go back to a grinder. That's really the only change we're talking about.
You know, and me myself, I would be, you know, highly against going to that grinder. I want the improved, it would be a lot like what's up on 4th Street Northeast. So.
Okay, anybody got other
Got my
questions?
question answered.
No, I think we need to see the numbers to see how we're gonna finance it and whether it's a number that can be levied or assessed. Without undue burden to everybody.
It would be, it would be levied and you can use sewer revenue for it.
What was the last one?
Sewer revenue. And the council has the latitude to make up whatever mix it needs to, because it's sewer. When it's wastewater, you have that option. So you could do 10% debt from revenue and the rest of it all levied.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank
Kind
you
of.
guys.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Christina, did you want me to talk about the other? The pond,
Yes, please.
stormwater,
Oh, you mean at the park?
yeah, the soil water conservation?
Sure.
Sure, now that I mentioned it. Met with soil water conservation last week. They have one water sample that. We'll say it this way. Raises more suspicions than solutions. So when I was talking to. I always wanna say Kayleen, but it's Kylie.
It's either Kaylee or Kylie.
Yeah. They're gonna take 3 more water samples. And see what actually they find in the water. And then we'll come up with some
At the park.
plots. Yep,
Well,
and
maybe the council is aware of that. They just took a random sample for some reason and they found fecal coliform in the sample. So that
Again,
changes what's.
Just to clarify that we're talking about Pine Tree Park.
no, we're
No.
talking about
Wayside
Wayside
Rest.
Rest Park.
Wayside Road, that's.
That's
Confusing
bad.
part.
That's where Soil Water Conservation District wants to put those.
That pond.
Yeah.
holding
And they took the
Yeah.
water sample from the pond at the Wayside Rest.
At
Well-
the outfall side of the park.
Okay,
So they're gonna take 3 more samples. Just so we have a good benchmark to see what we're actually looking at addressing. And if it is something that can be addressed. Because the fecal thing is a whole nother little animal to try to tackle.
Yeah, the stormwater pond is out the window. They're trying to deal with fecal. So then what they talked about with you originally is no longer valid.
So just
Okay,
give you a little update on that we should get some more information. Hopefully by the workshop session.
When you say it goes out the window, Tim, you mean like,
it doesn't, go-
this is a different problem,
Mhm.
not a,
Well, this is a problem in addition to.
then does who else gets involved here?
Well, I don't think they determined it a health threat or anything like that.
No,
It's just,
it's just something that they observed in that one sample.
yeah.
So until we get sort of the benchmark samples going forward, then we'll be able to have a better conversation on it.
and what would you normally see something like that? What would what's causing that? Or could cause it, I should say, whatever.
Dog poop,
Well, yeah, definitely.
Human
feces
poop,
of some
sewage.
sort.
Dog poop, bird poop, any animal.
yes,
So,
Kale, the
Okay.
different kale there.
Mhm,
Geese, yeah,
mhm.
I mean, it could be any one of those,
All of them,
yeah.
correct.
okay.
okay.
Thanks,
Anything
Tim.
else?
No,
Any other good news for you tonight?
No, did we find out the soil borings for the pond, or?
We did get
We
those.
gotta make sure that when we say the pond, and now not the soil borings for,
Yeah.
not a wayside rest,
No, city municipal.
The munis.
at the bar.
We got those Thursday.
Okay,
We got the report Thursday, so we haven't had a chance to take it.
Well, one of them for sure was pretty silty, I think it said it was garbage fill essentially from what I read on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, looking at the logs, there was fill and, yeah, one spot that was mucky.
But I mean, we all kind of knew that.
Well, yeah, so in light of bearing good news, that probably won't be good, so it'll probably be a pretty good for our house. Which isn't a shock to you.
it's not coming in totally blind now.
Right.
All
But
right,
is that just off the pond or is that also by, the Drake?
No, the pond. one.
Just the
Well,
pond?
The Drake
Okay.
stuff is different.
Okay.
The report covered all of it. It covered the
Okay.
Drake lift and the pond.
all right.
Do you need that? Well, that's a good question. Do you need those two separated or not?
I think that would be wise,
Have two
yes,
separate reports. Okay.
because if they end up doing 2 separate projects for it, then financially I would want them separate.
We'll hand break that up.
Okay, thank you.
That was the only swamp.
Still is.
Yeah.
I mean, literally swamp, it was swamp before anything was built.
And we've heard stories from Mike that about what has been buried in town.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see Shonda here.
No, she had a project, so she couldn't make it, and
Misty.
Misty is unavailable either, so I wasn't positive, I just have to.
That's fine, we'll leave it alone for this evening.
I really have anything for library with us, Lori does.
Not really, I went to the last meeting, they're, gearing up for. What's coming first?
Word covers.
Yes, wood covered, we're wood carvers, so get baskets.
Good.
So I'm kind of anxious about, do you have any updates on shelving?
I know that The additional shelves that got missed in the first shipment are waiting to be sent, but I asked them when I returned to hold off until I can meet with Mike because they oversent us uprights and we don't want to unwrap that pallet until we're ready to like rewrap it and then have them ship the shelves. We want it because we have to send back what they overshipped us. And it doesn't make any sense for us to do one trip and then another trip, so we're trying to coexist that, but with my absence, I haven't had an opportunity to meet with Mike on that, so I'm hoping maybe we can do it this month, we'll see.
Yeah, I just wondered.
They're paying for return shipment.
That's correct, yeah, because it was their mistake. We actually paid for everything we were supposed to pay for, Ron, but they still overshipped us the one thing and misshipped us, did not ship us the bottom shelving we needed. So it's a good thing we didn't start.
Actually, yeah. Then if there's nothing else from the other departments.
I won't be at the KRLS board meeting on the 16th.
Okay.
And if we don't have
Don't
an
have an alternate
alternative,
now.
just so you know. I'll be gone.
Thank you.
They send a packet.
Then we will move on to Christina, Administrator.
Just move it over to Connie.
We'll
Thank you for
get out of
coming.
here, Con.
Yeah, glad you could come.
Thank you. Well, as you know, I put in over a grant for the Alzheimer walk, which this is the first time we've ever had one here. So it's really new. There's not one even in our surrounding area, anyplace. The closest one is either Brainerd or Hibbing. And Hibbing is on the same day we are having ours. I don't think we'd have too many people coming from that direction anyway, but. Right now, we're just in the basic, you can ask questions because I'm not sure what all I need to ask, let you know. We're in the process of getting flyers out, so most of the stuff, it's advertisement. Is what we're getting out, we're having to make copies, we have to do signs, that kind of stuff, so that's kind of what our expenditure is. Because we do not have any money, it's something new, we are buying stuff on our own just so we can get going. Because it's gonna be here a lot sooner than we think. And we have people say, well, it's in September. Well, September's not that far away to get stuff out. So that's kind of that's why we're asking. We have these posters that we've made. I actually came up with it, made this, I did it in purple, so that we are having a kind of get together at the Drake's Brew. And inform people what's going on, what it's about, maybe get some registration. So that's what that's about. We have a letter like this, we also did, so we had to get paper again we wanted to do purple. Because we figured if we did white, it'd get on the counter, throw it under a pile, or if it's purple, might be a little bit more noticeable. Anyway, telling and asking the business people to paint the town or support this walk in purple. So that's the kind of stuff.
Figuratively, of course.
Sorry. Yeah, figuratively. You can come in
Was
with
it
that.
ribbons?
Ribbons, we have bought chalk, we bought a case of purple chalk. So we have kids or whatever, they can do chalk. You can come with purple hair, purple shoes, whatever. We would like for our organization, I brought this up from the cities, I was in the cities. So I brought this to Blackduck thinking maybe this would be something cool that Tri Sigma could do. GFWC, this is our 100th year in Blackduck, our organization. And so we wanted to do something big. And that's what this kind of is also. So Tri Sigma is doing it. But we have a group of 5 people putting it on, getting it together, and then hopefully getting more people to help with it.
What's the date?
September 19th is the date of the walk itself. And I don't know if people have seen them, but these are the posters that I have printed. And we've got on there the Blackduck presented by Sigma, so those should be up. I put donation boxes in different businesses for people to drop stuff off. I right now have advertisement in these signs or the purple signs and 34 businesses. In Blackduck, we have, 35 now. We have one in Bemidji, we have in Waskish, we have in, Squaw Lake. We'll have more in Northland. So we're trying to get it to be a big thing for Blackduck. We hope it's on a Saturday, it's during school. We hope to get the school involved, kids involved, so that's kind of that's what it's about. And then we don't know what we're doing as far as at the Wayside Rest, what we're going to need for, to get it going. Like I said, we're in the beginning stages, so
So is this like a walkathon type?
it's a walk. It'll start at the Wayside Rest. It'll go on our walk, it'll go to the football field, and they'll turn around and come back.
Okay,
So that's what it is. If somebody does not want to walk all the way, they don't have to. We just want people to come, be a part of it, We have, yeah.
Do they take pledges?
Yep, that's the other thing I was gonna just read out there. I have that also. I see you have it. I think I'm organized. Let's be in the purple folder, let's see. We have pledge sheets, and that's what we're going to also have out on the 15th of this month at Drake's Brew. And I have pledge sheets. I've already handed a bunch of them out. They're like this. So people
Okay.
can have their name, they can have pledges. For Alzheimer itself, the Alzheimer organization, if somebody comes up with $100, they will automatically get a shirt. So, I can tell you kind of what the statistics are, or not statistics, but, of the money that we bring in, 77% of it goes to the cause, which is supporting supporting education and research. And if I remember Tuesdays, they did earlier have a support group at the senior center. They could come in, anybody that has Alzheimer's or was a caregiver. There, 18% is for funding. So they gave us boxes, they gave us the boxes, they've given us some little cards that we can have people pledge on them. And we're going to be getting flowers. They'll be artificial, they're like a plastic flower. There's 4 colors and they represent something, each one represents something different. Whether you're a caregiver, then you would have that color. If you have Alzheimer's, you get that color. If you're a supporter, you get that color, but there's certain colors for certain things. We'll talk about that. And then 5% of money that's brought in is for administration. So, but it does stay local, but it also goes national. So I'm sure a percent goes wherever.
I know.
So that's kind of, we have baskets. We have 11 people that have committed to making baskets, just, so we have them there, but this, I know where we're at with it, so. I don't know if you have questions.
Do you need money to put the walkathon on, or are you just trying to raise money so that you have it to keep this moving forward regardless of the walk?
No, we would like it for what we have to buy to keep it going. We only get ribbons. Everybody that signs up, we'd like them to have ribbons. A purple ribbon that says Alzheimer on it. We might have to purchase water, or we might have to purchase something because we want it at the Wayside Rest, so there are snacks. Or whatever, that we can have. The paper that we have to use for, doing our advertising. I owe $20 to the city for a spot at the wood carvers. But we don't have any money to pay it yet unless we pay it out of our pocket, because they can't take a card or anything. Right. So it's just different things that we have to pick up to keep it going. to get it started, so. So
So what time of the day does this start on the 19th?
it's gonna, 9 o'clock would be a start. We hope to have a host family at 9 o'clock. That will be able to talk about somebody in their family that has it, and then after that, that's registration and a host. And then we'll start at about 10. We hope to start about 10 in the morning. So we should be done and completely done by noon. Yeah. We're pretty close.
Well, pretty slow, Con.
Well, that's okay. Maybe we'll be able to side by side pick up those that can't make it fast, but. You might be one of those.
I could be one of those.
But we will have, like, we'll probably have to get a. So actually, we've already talked to Riggs, Jason, we've already talked to him. We will have a police department. I put on 2 walks many years ago for foster care in Blackduck. We did better in Blackduck than they did in the cities. We were impressed, but we also have to have the ambulance. We also have to have fire department, because they have to block off the 2 main highways so somebody doesn't. So we don't need the ambulance. We'll have water stations. So. We have a lot to do yet. You know, like I said, we've spent a lot of hours already on phones but anyway. That's where we're at. If anybody would like to donate for one of these here forms, I'm sure you can. If you wanna.
I will.
You want,
Okay,
okay,
sure.
all right. If you know of anybody else that would like to do it or whatever, and if you'd like to come on the 15th over here to Drake's Brew,
What time is that? On the 15th,
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock.
yeah. 2 to 5. I'm even handing out, as I'm doing my 35 places, I'm also doing it for the wood carvers, just so. They give me a packet, they said, ask them, as long as I'm doing for one, if I do for another.
And she's hustling stuff for the Lions.
And I'm hustling for the line, I bought 5 books today and.
I thought I'd throw that out there.
I am a community person, don't wanna be in everything, but I will help. Thank you, Matt, for saying that.
Yeah. There's, I'm not to mention, I don't even go into the farmer's market and all the other things.
Oh, yeah, well.
Is there a, do we want to consider a donation?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I would be good with 500.
Matching the fire department?
Sure.
I guess we wouldn't want Brian Larson to outdo us. So
501.
so we match it, yeah.
Okay. Somebody want to make that a formal motion?
A motion to give $500 to Tri Sigma Walk for all counties.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Does anybody have any discussion on this? Then, all in favor? Aye, opposed, hearing none, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and hope that we have a good turnout. We'd like to have maybe 150 people or more. So hopefully that will bring people into our community. And I think it'll just be beneficial to hosting, because we have a number of families, and we have a residential place. So we just hope that that's good. And if it works out, we would like to do it again next year. If we can get through this one.
First year is always the hardest.
Well, there's so much to
And you
do
just
and
don't,
we just,
yeah,
but I have lots of notes. I'm keeping my notes, so I have. Probably won't be enough, but anyway, but thank you. Thank you for your time too.
Thank you for your patience for the first part of the meeting.
But you know what? That's interesting too. I've been here all my life, so it's good to hear different things and. Yeah, people should come to these meetings and amazing what they find.
Sit in these chairs.
Right here, there's.
No, no, I live way out there. I think you have to be a
Yeah.
Blackduck. You have to be a Blackduck, so I'm out. I'll just come to visit once in a while. Thank you all very
Thanks,
much.
Connie.
Yeah.
Christina?
I don't have any more actionable items. I had to update my report. There was a resolution in the draft. I had pulled that. That was a mistake.
Okay.
So the other two things I just wanted to fill you in on is obviously you saw that CLA was not here. There was been a delay on our financial audit presentation. They'll be here on August 10th instead. Something basically came up with their staff that they had put in charge of doing the single audit requirements for USDA for the 24 and the 25 years. And somebody dropped the ball. So they were not able to complete by the end of this month. So you saw in the council consent agenda that letter from CLA's staff, and then I submitted to the OSA today and got the extension for 45 days. So they'll be here next month to do presentation. And then I just put in there that the notice of filing for the general election for the city seat.
Can we just back up? I had a question on that. The financial audit issue.
Go ahead.
I know we had that letter in the consent agenda, which.
Yes.
I didn't think that was exactly the right place for it, but it referenced things that I was unaware of. That they had conversations with you, Christina, and you, Max.
Yes.
Correct.
Is there any summary you can give us of what?
I pretty much just did.
Okay.
That's what happened.
No, and then nothing.
During my medical leave, I've been communicating all last week and the week before with Troy regarding what happened, and when I noticed that they were not going to be able to complete, I called him. So he is required to contact me and Max when stuff like this happens. So I needed to text Max and make sure that he saw the emails and spoke to Troy so that he could explain the delay and the reason for it.
Okay. They had staff issues. Basically signing off on stuff they said he did, but didn't do.
Right.
So it's going to take them a little longer to actually go back through and do the work he said he did.
Yeah.
So they do their own internal controls. I thought that was a very positive thing, and they mentioned a nice discount. So I said, I'm all in favor of discounts.
And their sole county firm that expressed an interest being our accounting firm, right?
Yeah. Correct, sir.
We have to maintain our relationship, I guess. All right, thank you for that explanation.
You're welcome. So as I was saying before, the next item is just information. The 2026 general election in November will have 2 councilor seats in there, and then the recent vacated seat of
All but one of us.
Johnson. Yeah, Nick's the only one that's safe.
Oh,
So
okay.
this will be in the paper on Sunday. I'm like 2 weeks behind on that. Should have been in
What
by
is your
for the
paper?
June
Yeah.
30th. Pardon me?
The Bemidji paper.
Well, yeah,
So
it's
actually,
the only paper there is.
We have until 20,
Yeah, you'll notice that the filing dates are a lot different than previous years.
yes.
Yeah, they usually didn't start until the end of July, and they went right up to the almost to this primary
Yep.
date, and that the state has moved that up considerably. So
Tuesday, July 28th.
correct.
And that's a state controlled
Yep,
schedule.
correct.
So I had a question on the open seat. Max and I were chatting before the meeting, but, based on the fact that has more than 2 years remaining,
Mhm.
could a person be appointed to the seat to fill out the remainder of this year until the election?
Yes,
Through the end of this year?
if someone showed interest
Yeah.
and the council agreed to it, then yes,
It would be an
absolutely.
appointment
It would
through
be-
December 31st, and then they would be on the special election for 2 years commencing January.
They would need to file for that seat,
Yeah.
but yes,
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It wasn't
Wait.
sure whether the fact there was more than 2 years remaining precluded us.
There is one. Just isn't there.
weird. Looks like. Yeah, I need that back, but you can look at it. Sorry,
Somebody in mind?
No, my question was whether anybody was aware of any movement or interest on that. Yes. It's kind of a, not really situation.
Counselors. So it's my turn.
So when it comes to
I thought.
write-in votes. For an empty seat,
Mhm.
it could just be, it could be whatever number of votes.
Majority of them, yes. So if there's one and that's it, then one.
We can offer them or we can't force them,
That's it.
obviously.
The city would offer that seat to the person that was written in, even if it's Santa Claus or Mickey Mouse, and if that person declines it, which it has been done before, then that seat would remain empty, and then we would be required to do a special election and file one more time, like we did when Don was appointed the first time. Or was elected the first time.
That sums it up. Well, thank you.
You got it. So I did put some election reminder dates under me as well. Minnesota, the primary absentee balloting is now open. It started on the 7th. It goes through August 10th. July 14th to the 28th, like I just said, is the candidate filing for the city of Blackduck seats. We will have a planning commission meeting this month now that I'm back. That'll be on July 15th. On July 16th, the city hall's got to close at noon. I have election judge training, head judge election training, and Paige cannot be present that afternoon as well, so I don't have any staff to be open the rest of that afternoon. And I am pushing the work session to the 27th max, and that is because I have medical follow-up the Monday prior. So July 27th will be the work session. So not in 2 weeks, in 3.
Yeah, and I noticed that's still 2 weeks from the council. Meeting.
Correct,
It's 2 weeks.
which is good.
After the work session before the council. So
Yes.
We're not,
Not right after.
yeah, we're
Right,
not putting
right,
one
yeah,
week after the next.
yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, then August 10th will be the council meeting, and August 11th is the state primary, and somewhere in between there, I will be doing healthcare facility, healthcare facility voting as well.
How many do you have? Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm good, thank you. I'm just correcting my own stupidity.
Okay.
It's okay, never mind, yeah.
Other than that, I've been gone for 2.5 weeks, back now. Mitch held down the fort pretty good while I was gone, as far as I know. There weren't any immediate fires I have to take care of when I was absent. I came back last week for a day and a half just to do month end and get the council packet draft out and to catch up on all the stuff that CLA was sending and everybody else that needed stuff done right away. If got any questions for me? Don't throw me under the bus, because if I miss something in the last 2.5 weeks, I really can't do it.
Well, I've got nothing specific
Okay.
for you, and like I said, I just. I do that,
Oh, well, thanks.
didn't want you to come back overdoing it. I know stubborn people, but. You can take the cake sometimes.
Pretty hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
but thank you, Christina.
You're welcome.
I did notice she was in during her medical leave. I came in on July 1st. I said, Christina, why are you here?
Because stuff needs to get done.
She
That
was
no one
at the
else can
copy
do.
machine.
Yeah,
And I figured I better not ask any more questions later,
thanks.
what she's going to do. So,
Yeah. Yep, I took care of the bank statement, did all the month end. Helped Paige catch up, caught up on all the emails that, like I said, came through. Yeah,
With that. Anything else? Must be sleeping.
Nope, I did.
Yes.
Did.
Then,
If there's nothing else, I will make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
motion in a second, favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried, you stand adjourned. Thank you. Everyone.
Some point, right?
yeah,
Yeah, there's
I'm gonna like get home
I got
before
the-
the hail comes.